All right, today you're going to start by reading chapter 2, lesson 1 on hunters and gatherers. So, after geography, we're going to move into learning about the Stone Ages, which begins with the hunters and gatherers. Here's a few terms that you'll be asked about in some of your questions: hunter and gatherer, a nomad, migration, technology, and religion. Hopefully, you learned about a nomad last year. You probably even learned about hunter and gatherers last year when you learned about the land bridge. Okay, so early human ways of life. Your essential question today: how did early humans interact with the environment? Like early humans, you interact with the natural environment every day, often without thinking about it. You interact with the weather by wearing boots in the snow or sunglasses in the sunshine. Even your food is a product of the environment. Hunters and gatherers adapt to environments. Early humans were hunters and gatherers. They hunted animals and gathered plants for food. When hunters and gatherers no longer had enough to eat, they moved to another location. Early humans also depended on the natural environments for shelter. Some groups lived in caves and rock shelters. People who lived on the plains or in the desert areas may have made shelters out of branches, plant fibers, or animal skins. Small bands. Hunters and gatherers lived together in small bands, each made up of several families. The size of the group, probably around 30 people, reflected the number of people who could live off the plants and animals in a given region. Men hunted and fished. Women gathered food such as berries and nuts from plants that grew. Sorry, I'll read that again. Women gathered food such as berries, nuts from plants that grew wild. They cared for children who also worked. Early humans on the move. Hunters and gatherers were known as nomads, people who moved from place to place. Movement often was limited. Groups returned to the same places with the changes of the season. At certain times of the year, these early bands joined together, forming larger communities. There was probably time for storytelling, meeting friends, and finding marriage partners. Early humans also moved to new and distant lands. This act of moving from one place to settle another is called migration. Migrations may have been the result of people following animals to hunt. By around 1500 BC, hunters and gatherers had migrated throughout much of the world. They even traveled across the land bridge connecting Siberia and Alaska. In this way, they entered the Americas. And here you can see some different maps of the distribution of hunters and gatherers from 15,000 BC to AD 2000. And you can see in the red, this is what highlights the hunters and gatherer peoples and how they eventually migrated. The arrival of migrating people in the territory of another people could lead to both good and bad outcomes. Everyone benefited when knowledge and tools were shared. However, people sometimes turned violent when they felt threatened by newcomers. They feared that newcomers might try to take their territory. Sometimes they may have feared them because they were different. So again, why do you think they moved so often? The development of tools. What were some tools created by early humans? I bet you already know the answer to that. Imagine that you're planning a camping trip. Think about the tools you will take to make sure your trip is safe and enjoyable. Like you, early humans relied on tools. The use of fire. Around 500,000 years ago, early humans learned to make and control fire. Fire provided heat and light, and it enabled people to cook food. A good fire often was protection from animals. Early humans also used fire to temper or harden tools made of metal. The development of technology. Technology consists of all of the ways in which people apply knowledge, tools, and inventions to meet their needs. Technology dates back to the early humans. At least 2 million years ago, people made stone tools for cutting. Early humans also made carrying bags, stone hand axes, awls, tools for piercing holes in leather or wood, and drills. In time, humans developed more complex tools, such as hunting bows made of wood, and they learned to make flint, spearheads, and metal tools. Early humans used tools to hunt and butcher animals and to construct simple forms of shelter. Technology, these new tools, give humans more control of their environment. These tools also set the stage for a more settled way of life. So again, how did they use fire? You can find that answer up here under this nice bold subtitle, use of fire. Early human culture. What kind of culture did early humans create? What sets humans apart from other creatures? Art, language, and religion are special to humans and help create their culture. Language. Human language probably developed as a result of the need of people to work together. One theory suggests that the need for cooperation during a hunt spurred during language development. Hunters needed to be able to talk to one another in order to outsmart, trap, and kill animal for food. Another theory suggests that the cooperation needed to gather and share food led to the development of language. Religion. Religion is the worship of God, gods, or spirits. Early humans probably believed that everything in nature, including rocks, trees, and animals, had a spirit. Some archaeologists believe that the early cave paintings of animals were made to honor the spirits of the animals killed for food. And here you could read a little section about some cave drawings, cave art. Art. Prehistoric art gives us an insight into humans' daily life and shared beliefs. Early humans created art in caves and rock shelters. They also created art that they could carry with them. More than 200 sites of early cave art have been discovered in France and Spain. Cave paintings, thousands of years old, show lively images of bulls, stallions, and bison. Prehistoric art exists in Africa, Asia, Europe, Australia, and the Americas. Jewelry and figurines are also examples of portable art. Early humans may have worn these items. Other items may have had religious meanings. Art also included music, dance, and stories. Art could be performed anywhere. Okay, and that's just a little review of chapter 1. So once you are finished reading this or listening, you are going to go ahead and begin the questions, which are found in your instructions. They're right here. Please be sure to answer them in complete sentences. So for example, if this was mine, it says, how did early humans interact with the environment? And when you're writing a complete sentence, you want to restate a section of your question. So I might start with early humans interacted with the environment by, and then continuing the question. Okay, so that's how you write in a complete sentence. The same with number 2, why did hunters and gatherers move often? And you could say hunters and gatherers, moved often because, I didn't like how I did that. And you complete the sentence. Okay, so that's your assignment for today. And I'll see you tomorrow. If you don't finish today in class, you'll need to finish it tonight for homework. Okay, we'll see you tomorrow.